Hello and welcome. In this video, we will talk about what is image consulting and its scope in India. Usually people ask, is image consulting like personality development, fashion designing, grooming and makeovers? Well, it is not. As you will soon realize, image consulting is much deeper and much bigger. Let's first start by understanding what is image. Your image is you in the minds of people. Their perception of you. What do they think about you? We all carry certain skills, experience and abilities. But people we meet often judge us only by what meets the eye. Within seconds they create first impressions about us, and based on these impressions, they decide everything about us in their minds. Specifically, they decide about our personality, our values, authority, trustworthiness, intelligence, and candidature for job or hire. Most of the times, these first impressions are actually accurate because they are formed intuitively. What's more is that people act on these decisions, and a lot in our personal, professional, and social lives depends on impressions that we create. The ultimate goal for most people is to become successful, right? Now let's for a minute try to figure out how does one become successful. There are scores of books available on success principles. However, I can assure you that no one in this world can become successful unless two things happen, and they both need to happen simultaneously. First, you must get a chance to do something. Do you agree? Napoleon Bonaparte once famously said, "Ability is of no account without opportunity." So, unless you get a chance or an opportunity, how will you show to anyone that you are capable? Remember, the most common thing in this world is unsuccessful, brilliant people. How many times in your life have you said, "I could have done so much more, but I never got the chance"? Now, the second thing is that the day you get that chance, you need to also perform on that particular day. It does not matter if on all other days of your life you have performed brilliantly. The only thing that will matter is your performance on that particular day. So unless both these things happen simultaneously, one, that you get a chance, and two, that you also perform when you get that chance, you cannot really achieve much in your life. I'm sure you will agree with me. While your performance depends on your skills, experience, and ability, getting that chance largely depends on creating great positive first impressions. Now the key question is, on what basis are these first impressions formed? What do people see that makes them form these impressions? This is where the biggest gap exists in the minds of people. If I say communication skills, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? I'm sure you will think it is about talking or listening. Well, let me share with you a historical research which is used in most communication programs. Albert Mehrabian proved that any communication, any message in this world is only 7% verbal, meaning what you say, 38% vocal, meaning how you say it, your tone, pitch, modulation, etc. However, it is 55% visual. That too, only on the basis of facial expressions. Let me repeat. Only on the basis of facial expressions, any communication, any message in this world is 55% visual. Think about it. Also, let me ask you, other than facial expressions, what else do you see when you meet a person? The rest of the person's body language, other than facial expressions, clothing, grooming, and etiquette. When you add all of these, communication is almost 80% visual. Let's digest this. You cannot not communicate. Communicating is not a choice. The minute people see you, you have already started communicating. The only choice that you have is that you can either make this communication work for you or it will work against you. Did it come as a shock to you that communication is almost 80% visual? Well, the reality is that you already know this subconsciously. You have been taking decisions all your life based on this fact. Only when it comes to yourself, you ignore it most of the times. Don't believe it? Well, a picture speaks more than 1,000 words is what you have been saying all your life. Let's take another example. Food, which is one of the basic necessities of life. You can't survive without it. But do you realize that even when you eat food, you first eat it visually? If it does not look good, you decide it's not good and you don't even try it. Think about it. You don't even give a chance to food if it is not visually appealing. How do you expect people to give you a chance if you are not visually appealing? Well, why does this happen that you take so many decisions based on visual cues? It happens because the basic nature of the human memory is photographic and not sonographic, and hence what can be seen has a much stronger impact. That's why you remember the faces of people in a party but forget their names. We are all used to taking decisions based on visual communication. Now, what is this visual communication? Appearance. Your appearance consists of clothing, grooming, and body language, including your etiquette. First impressions are formed based on your appearance. Appearance is another word for image, and image management can also be simply understood as appearance management. The relationship between image and first impressions is that of cause and effect. People form first impressions about you based on the image, the appearance that you project. So, you must manage your image in order to create positive first impressions. It is about optimal utilization of your personal resources of clothing, grooming, and body language, including your etiquette. Many people would like to argue that inner strengths are more important, but the fact is that both inner strengths as well as the outward reflection of these strengths are important. They are both connected. To quote Judith Rasband, one of the most senior image consultants in the world, image is inside out. The way you look directly affects the way you think, the way you feel, the way you speak, the way you act or behave, and then the way others react or respond to you. Let me ask you a question and urge you to reflect on it honestly. One day when you leave home in the morning and someone compliments you, "Oh, you're looking really nice today," does it not completely change the way you feel? Will your performance on that day not be a lot better? Just feeling better about yourself can change the level of your performance, everything else being the same. Answer this question honestly and you would realize that it is true. Most people who have a low self-esteem or low confidence levels do so because they have some problem with the way they look. Looking and feeling good is one of the biggest needs in today's world. It is an established fact that people who look good end up getting higher salaries as compared to people who don't. Image management, however, is not only about looking and feeling good. It's an expertise in visual communication. It goes much deeper. It is about presenting yourself in such a manner that it meets all the 4 basic requirements of projecting a powerful image. These are called the 4 A's of image. You must be appropriate to your role's goals and the occasion. You must be authentic to project the real you, attractive to inspire likability, and it should be affordable to maintain the same. In order to better understand image management, Let's compare it with interior design. Any interior design is made up of several individual elements like carpentry, electricals, masonry, plumbing, painting and polishing, furnishing fabrics and artifacts. Now if you see, people dealing in these individual elements have existed for hundreds of years. There was a carpenter even in the Mahabharata. When you visit old palaces of kings and historical sites, you will notice embroidered fabrics and polished furniture, proving that carpenters, polishers and furnishings existed even then. However, although these people have existed for so many years, can you really get interiors designed by dealing with all of them? Never. More often than not, it results in a mess. Why? Simple. All individual elements have to come together harmoniously and aesthetically to create an interior design. But people dealing in any one individual element do not know about all the others. Interior designing is the combined expertise in all elements of interiors and the ability and reference tools to bring them together. Similarly, your image has several elements like clothing, grooming, fashion, glamour, body language, and etiquette. Once again, people dealing in all these individual elements have been around for a few decades. But the same problem exists, that the people dealing in any one of them have no knowledge about all the others. Yet, all elements have to come together to create an image. Just like in interior designing, image management is the combined expertise in all elements of image and the ability and reference tools to bring them together. Image management is the ongoing proactive process of evaluating and controlling the impact of your appearance on yourself and on others. Image consulting is the profession of guiding individuals and companies on managing their image. When people ask me a question that what is the difference between personality development and image consulting, or fashion designing and image consulting, or grooming and image consulting, my answer is in the form of another question. What is the difference between interior designing and carpentry, or interior designing and plumbing? It's the same difference. So, in a summary, image consulting is an expertise in visual communication. An image consultant guides individuals and companies on projecting a winning image which is appropriate, authentic, attractive, and affordable. Image consulting also goes deeper than only creating positive first impressions. It is also about lasting impressions and about always projecting the right image for the achievement of goals in personal, professional, and social lives. After understanding what is image management and consulting, let's now see the market for image consulting in India. India is the youngest country in the world today, with the average age of an Indian being the lowest as compared to any other country. With a much larger young population, the competition in every walk of life has increased tremendously over the last few years. Statistics indicate that the average age will keep coming down and it is expected to be 29 by the year 2020. This will result in competition becoming fiercer by the day. This competition has also resulted in more awareness and better education, which is also fueled by globalization. Almost everyone today is more aware, more qualified, and capable. Increasingly, people realize that they need to become better in order to succeed. It is about the survival of the fittest. You remember, we talked about success earlier on, and how important it is to get a chance in order to achieve anything? With more people competing for every opportunity, and with most of them being technically suitable, the ability to impress and create that extra edge becomes even more important. Image management is the only complete science and art to achieve this, and there is a huge market in India for the same. The proof of what I am saying is in the numerous articles, including cover stories in media all over the country highlighting the need for image management. Right from newspapers and magazines, including regional publications, have carried huge stories on image management and consulting industry regularly. Now it's time for you to go to the video for courses in image consulting offered by ICBI and to get to know more about them.